Hey everybody, this is Josh from CollectionDX.com, and today we are looking at the Sen-Ti-Nel SXT02 Black Getter from Getter Robo The Last Day, otherwise known as Getter Robo Armageddon. So this is a really unique piece. It's got a lot of metal, it's got fabric cape, which is cool, but what is interesting about this piece is it does things that I've never seen done on a toy before, joint work that I've never seen in my life, and it's good, but it's just so different from what I'm used to. I kind of don't know how to react to it, and let me show you what I'm talking about here with a couple of things. So let's take the arm here, okay? This is the arm in its kind of natural closed state. So I can get a little closer here for you. Alright, so normally you have a nice hinge joint here. Well, here you can see what's going on. First there's a little panel that separates on the back of the arm, and then you can see all the metal joint work. But check this out. So they achieve the kind of the double joint by having this hinged accordion thing going on, which is really interesting and unusual. And it's all metal, this whole joint, and there's a couple of plastic connectors in there, but it's metal. There's actually a little guide on the Sen-Ti-Nel YouTube channel, but when it tells you to turn the arm, that it turns up at the bicep. It doesn't turn here, which is kind of a bummer. But you know, as you can see, you get both a great range of motion and a good look. The inside of the shoulder also has the ball joint here and here, so you get a good wide range of motion, which is nice. Mostly die-cast. Well, that's plastic, but the chest is, you know, cold metal. This joint is nice metal. Upper leg's metal. Another cool thing you want to check out is that these plates here, they're subtle, but they move, and they're a nice translucent green. You can see multiple levels of detail. Oh yeah, another thing, the hand. Alright, so we're going to look at the hand here for a second. The hand has a little extender and then a ball hinge joint, so you can come out, which is nice. There are multiple hands that do all kinds of things. There are pointy, kind of grabby claw hands. The claw there. Oh, you guys can't even see that. That would be helpful. Claw hands. You have axe holding hands. Obviously, the axes are axe holding hands. Axes are different pieces that just kind of go on there. You have closed fists, and the closed fists have these removable panels on the front that you can put either the short, oh, that's the wrong panel, sorry, the keyed for each hand individually. You can put the short panel in like so, or I did that other one, or this other panel that has the long Wolverine style claws. These come off kind of easy, so just be careful of that. So this here, you know, it's got a nice full range of motion, but it leaves a little gap when it gets too extended, and you can see the inner framework where there's a lot going on in here with the legs, and it kind of spoils it a little bit. Not spoils it, but you can see that there's something funky going on that you maybe don't know about. There's a little getter beam port, and to pop this off on the back of the figure, there's a little panel here, and that panel, it's kind of odd. I forget if you push it up or in or use something. Oh, there we go. And panel pops out, and then you spend the next 20 minutes looking for the part. This stand, by the way, is the stand that comes with the figure. It's kind of nice, you know, it pegs into the back with a little attachment. It's tough to get the panel off, but once again, I recommend you look up the Sen-Ti-Nel YouTube channel for instruction videos. I'll embed it in the written review and try to link to it from this review. But to get the panel off for this attachment to go in is difficult. Okay, the legs. You thought the elbow was interesting? The legs get really interesting. Okay, so first off, you can see that there's this panel, this silver panel towards the top here. Alright, now you're going to be sort of careful, or else you pop the leg off. See what went on there? That's a pain in the ass. So you can see the joint here has a little panel that comes out. Well, it actually is meant to pull out more and give you a range of motion that's really remarkable. But you got to be careful about getting this panel in the way. You can actually tuck this under. There you go, and get a good solid action on the ball joint. So now you got a really good range of motion. The leg is also interesting. You notice the back here has the collapsible leg panel, but it's got a little mechanism in here. When you pull it, see how it collapses a little bit? And look at that, that's an interesting joint there. You know, it's got a slight hinge there, some detailing, and the panel collapses, so it allows you to get pretty decent range of motion on the leg. And once again, this is all metal, that's metal, this is metal, this is metal. It's very flat black metal, so I'd be careful about scratches. The foot is partially metal and has an articulated toe, as you can see. But there's also a really odd joint. Once again, look at that. So I mean, this is tight, but it really enables you to get an incredibly unorthodox range of motion on this figure. And then when you're done, you just sort of collapse it all up and it looks normal again. The head's another interesting piece. It's made out of several different parts that you can check out. Head's just on a ball joint, which is fine. Then there's this cowl that hooks in like underneath the little tab. Then you have the neck here. The neck has a little spring-loaded panel there for some reason, which I don't know why. But you have to pull that off, and you have your cape. And the cape is all fabric and just has a little hole that you put the neck piece through, like so. And then you attach it in. Oh, be careful these plates aren't out because they'll get in your way. That cowl. Head. There you go. Very exciting. Another cool thing Black Getter has going on are this real metal chain that attaches to the hatchets that he wields. And you know, they're removable. These come off and you can put them as plugs on the bottom. And it just looks pretty rad. So I mean, that's in a nutshell. You can, I mean, there are other little details that you can check out. You can attach the hatchets to the back with some sort of kludgy mechanism using these little clips that are annoying. Popping the, well, let's go the good and bad here. A good, fantastic sculpt, very unique joint system. A lot of metal. I like the mixed media with the fabric cape. The cape has little wires in it, you know, so you can kind of pose it however you want, which is nice. The paint job is phenomenal. Everything's really nice, appearance-wise, and the feel of the piece is nice. So what I don't like is that the fact that there's such a gap when you pose him with his chest at an angle that you can see in, which is not ideal. I don't like the fact that you have to, if you want to move the arms a certain way, you have to hold it up here, because I would want to move this blade higher, and I can't. That's where it is. So this doesn't swivel, and thus this blade is fixed. The legs have a tendency to pop out of their joint a little bit when you pull this out, one more so than the other on mine. I don't know what the deal is with that. You just have to be sort of careful. Stand is nice, but nothing special. I'm glad there is a stand though. And although it is a Goken, you know, it is filled with metal, and the metal is high quality. I don't know, it doesn't feel real Goken-ish. It feels like a really nice action figure that happens to use some metal in its construction, you know, like the metal content, although there's a fair amount of it, it doesn't feel Goken-ish. Does that make any sense? It's not knocking it in any way. Like I said, it's just a really, really nice piece. It's like, you know, this kind of work reminds me of like a Swiss watch, you know? It's just so intricate and detailed, and it shows that they care what it's going to look like in both, you know, a collapsed and an open mode. You know, they really gave a lot of thought into the aesthetics of this. So this is the Sen-Ti-Nel Black Getter, designed by T-Rex. Pretty sharp. Anyway, it's Josh from CollectionDX. See you next time. Bye. You know, I just realized that this review was sort of short, and that's fine. But I've been skewing towards shorter videos lately, and I think it allows me to. I spend less time editing, I spend less time uploading, rendering, etc. And I'm trying to get to the point of the toy faster, rather than go, you know, I don't know if this color is exactly like it appears in the anime, that kind of thing. Do you like that? Let me know. Do you like the quick, concise, here's the toy, I like it, here's what's good, what's bad? Or would you rather the 35 minutes going over every single accessory and such? So leave your feedback, let me know.